It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And it is Monday, August 1st. On Wednesday, the movers come to take all the furniture out of the house. We've pretty much got everything else boxed up and moved over to Vista. For those of you that are new to the channel, we're moving to Vista from Chula Vista. So, making some decisions on some of the heavy lifting here in the garden. And one thing that I want to do with Greg's blessing is take a piece of my Alluaudia procera with me. So we have, Greg has this genius idea to take this, this nylon rope, and he has attached one side to the Alluaudia and the other side to the Bougainvillea here, which is attached with cable to the prison wall. So we're just gonna cut and see what happens. You ready? Okay, let's do this. I got my handy sawzall. I'm gonna cut down low here. Oh shit! I knew that was going to happen. I told you. I said, if I stand here, it's going to fall on me. I almost died. I feel as though I have cheated death. But, hey, we're good, right? I'm fine. The Alluaudia is fine. Everything's fine. It was a clean cut, too. So I don't think, no harm, no foul. But this plant really means a lot to me. I bought it as a pup, and I've been promoting this plant for years on my channel. It is a native of Madagascar. The lemurs eat it, and it's endangered there. So, I don't see a lot of wild lemurs here in the garden, but then again, I wasn't really looking for them. Anywho, definitely want to take a piece of this to plant in the new place. It is going to take a hot minute for this to root, and we will no doubt have to, this isn't going to be one of those situations of if your succulent stands up, you've done your job. It's going to have to be, clearly staked, because it's about, what would you say, 15 feet? 12 feet. So, anywho, that was fun. Okay, so another thing, then we're just going to load this up in the trailer and, take it as is. But you can see that I've also... Oh, the top came off. Oh no. Oh man. You know why this is bad, guys? Because this is going to branch from beneath the cut. And I don't want that. I don't want it to do this up top. It snapped. Crap. Ugh. Okay, well, it'll be an interesting science experiment, won't it? It's still coming with me. I'm still planning it, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Anywho, I did pull the alluaudia out of the corner, and it's right over here, Greg. That was the experiment. It was nearly dead. Looks like it still is nearly dead. But see, it's starting to, it was starting to kind of come back to life. So I think my guy Kevin will probably adopt that plant. I have a surprise plant to put as a centerpiece in the new garden in Vista. It's a new plant to me, and I'm super excited to unveil it. But I'm going to keep it a surprise until we're ready to do that. After the movers come on Wednesday, we are going to have Team DFS help us demo the garden in Vista. I want that done before, I do too much cutting of, precious things. I'd like to be able to cut and install and not have things laying around for, extended periods of time. As for the pots, these we're going to start moving as we go. So the Topsy-turvy, this is something that, I can easily take apart. And you know what? This is going to be so great because, you know, I've been talking about trying to, you know, oh, it's so shabby chic, and, you know, make peace with the fact that these pots are so faded. So I will be spray painting these fresh before I reinstall the Topsy-turvy. You see this piece of rebar here, that's the secret, that's how you do it. It runs through the drain hole in the bottom of these are just terracotta pots that I bought in different sizes. And I have a video on the Topsy-turvy if you would so like to see it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. But yeah. Okay. Come on. There we go. Oh, look at that. Took the rebar with me. There we go. So we've got a bunch of crap in the garage to load into Greg's trailer, and then we thought we would take some of the garden pots in the truck today and save, you know, the heavier lifting, like, for example, the lemon. You can see, and I'm going to get a new cushion for the egg chair, so that's going to be fun. But look at all my lemons, guys. The lemon tree is back in business. There are over 80 lemons on this tree. I did experience some leaf curl, which, you know, I wasn't quite sure what that was all about, but with the use of the Citratone, the Espoma organic citrus fertilizer, and the Epsom salts, I got good color back, an explosion of fruit. The new growth, I'm happy to report, you can see here, no curl. So, you know, that's encouraging. And I have, you know, blossoms, because this is a Meyer, improved Meyer lemon. So it's an ever-bearing tree. And some of you have been asking about the succulent dog. Bentley's fine. He's going to pee now. Atta boy. He's going to be moving up with us on Wednesday, so that'll be exciting. He's never been anywhere else other than here and the pound, so that'll be interesting to see how you do. He's very upset. He knows something's up, and he's not letting Greg and I out of his sight. But this is a dog that doesn't like riding in the car at all. And we haven't even attempted it since he was a puppy because it just stressed him out so much. So, you know, we take our walk in the open space, and that's it. The rest of his life is spent on the couch. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in Vista, and of course we'll keep you posted on that. So you can see, you know, what we have to deal with here. I've moved out a lot of my potted things. I now have my Topsy-turvy ready to go. Over here, these metal stands that are, you know, gross and faded are still in really good condition, so I'm going to spray these a new color too, and they'll be just like new. And this grapefruit, this Oro Blanco grapefruit, gives off the best fruit, and I'd like to take it with me. Years and years and donkey years ago, Greg made me this wooden box to put the grapefruit tree in, and you can see that it is, you know, falling apart. So I am going to disassemble the box and repot the grapefruit. All of these ghosties that have just run amok in here over the years, I will have to cut most of them off and restart them, which is fine. I mean, I'm gonna cut some of these off, you know, really, really long, like this, for example. See? And then I can plant, look at those air roots, and then I can plant this just like this, because I like the old world look of age on these long droopy stems on this plant. So, you know, I'll cut them off at all different lengths, replant them once I get dialed in, and you won't ever even know the difference. The Bougainvillea, I think it's possible. I don't remember. I think I put this pot, which is just fiberglass. Thank God it's not concrete, so it's not going to be outrageously heavy. But I think I put this pot on a piece of flagstone, but I'm not sure. And with the incredible amount of growth of this Bougainvillea over the last month or so, I'm wondering if the roots didn't go through the drainage hole. And if they did, I'll obviously have to cut them, and this will pout. I guarantee it. This Bougainvillea will pout. Also, you can see over the years too how this has stretched for the sun, and it's been fun, so I've just kind of let it. But when we get settled in, I'm going to, first of all, obviously I have to take everything out of this pot. And then I think I'm going to pop the Bougainvillea out if I can and reset it straighter. Rather than trying to stake this, I'm just going to reset it in the pot and see if I can't straighten this up a bit. But this is the plant that I want to put outside my kitchen window at the new house. And that's just a maybe. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull that off or not, but we'll see. That's kind of the plan right now. And this, look guys, remember we did this experiment with the ghosty trunk to see if we would get any growth on the stem. We haven't got any growth, and it hasn't done anything. Oh dear. Oh, what's that? What is that right there? See, I was just about to give up on it and throw it away, and look at that. So stuff is happening. It just takes a really long time. I'm not exactly known for my patience. So, all right, you receive a stay of execution. But this, this Pilo has me the most concerned. And this is the plant that I want to take the most time staking. Because it's fragile, and if this cracks, I will be bummed. I'll survive, I'll get over it, but I mean, this has taken years to get this like this, and it's perfect. It's loving the spot. It's not scarred or maimed or anything. It's just such a superb plant. I love everything about it. So very much hoping that we can get this there in one piece. Everything else, whatever. I mean, if everything's tough, if it gets a little beat up or scarred, I'm fine with it. Here's our mangave kaleidoscope that we think had Fusarian wilt or spider mites that I just dosed with a systemic a few weeks ago. And, I'm just watching this new growth really carefully. And some of you have suggested that I cut off all of this, all of this stuff. And I just haven't done it. But also, I want to see what happens with pups. Are they going to come out clean? Are they going to be wilted? So definitely not ready to give up on this girl quite yet. Remember also, you all have highly encouraged me to take my Pachypodium gayi. So this is not a plant that I want to cut like I did the Alluaudia. I want to take this roots and all. So that's going to take, a little bit. As far as the sun glow, I'm still torn on this one, guys, because the garden that I'm moving into, the back, is pretty small. And this plant is huge. But I love it. So I don't know. We'll see about that. And then remember my Plicatillus up there in the lime-colored pot. We can't forget that. And another one that has me a bit concerned is, of course, my Attenuata variegata. A number of years ago, she threw off some pups. I was so stoked. I gave them away. thinking, oh, well, you know, she's just going to keep producing, and she hasn't. So I don't know if she's now sterile, or if, you know, maybe digging her up will, you know, encourage her to pup, or if it will cause her to bolt. But this is another plant that I want to take time with and be very, very, very slow and very careful about excavating. I am not going to take this as a cutting. I do want some roots attached to my variegata. And then this blue glow, I'm going to leave here. You're welcome, new people. And the fountain, once we get this out, we'll be able to, you know, manipulate and maneuver around. And I'm just going to pop out all the plants. There's nothing, you know, no biggie. This is fine. Everything's fine. I'll just throw these in a box, probably, to transport the plants in a box. I have identified a really cool place to put the fountain at the new house, so that's exciting. And remember, y'all encouraged me to put the old toolbox in the lemon tree pot, thinking that the minerals from the metal, from the rust, would, you know, feed the plant, which is smart and great, and I'm sure it will. Well, this is now rooted in there. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I don't know if I can even get this. Yeah, this is not going to come out in one piece. So I'll have to work on this a little bit. And it bums me out because it's so perfect. It looks so good in here. Wait. Yeah, it's all falling apart. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, that wasn't so hard, but look. Look at that. Isn't that funny? So once we get moved, this whole thing will likely go back into the lemon tree pot. And this is also a fiberglass pot, so yay. So yes, that just loved life, didn't it? Look at that. Wow, it has never looked so fabulous. And I think that was just because it was able to root through the bottom into that incredible mix of amended and fertilized soil. So yes, succulents love fertilizer. No, they don't need it, but clearly this particular bunch of plants benefited. Okay, we're going to get back to work. It'll be really interesting, won't it, to see what happens with the Alluaudia, and if I get some weird branching way up at the top. And if I do, I do. It's totally okay. I'm interested to see what this girl has in store for us. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, with the beginnings of getting the garden moved and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.